like, comment, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching.
IG, shed some light down to you what you were watching, okay? Because what you were watching when you saw everybody hating and turning and testifying against Eligio, that right there was a trend. Everybody hopping on the bandwagon to go against him when at first they all believed in him. So we're going to shed light on that and how Eligio is God. Light on that and how Eligio is God.
I ain't even finna hold y'all, but as soon as Aya said that Eligio is God, IG just froze. Y'all see the comments still moving. So what I did was I went ahead and I went on over to Bigo. Pew pew. So let's continue with whatever update they have.
We're going to talk about that. Because what you were seeing, man, you saw everybody come into his life, right?
Okay, wait 1 second. Let's get an admin. Serene, I'm gonna put you as an admin. Because we do want to just keep a positive vibe. Okay.
See, do I have any admins on Bigo?
Serene, I set you as a moderator. I know you're gonna come up on a live later on, but for now, while we're speaking, you can just make sure the room stays clear and clean and free from negativity.
Thanks.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, what you were seeing was a.
Now, what I really would like an update on is where are the other two ladies? Why is it just Aya, aka Portia Wade, and Efaru, aka Kayla Buckner? Like, where is Malia, the Queen of Nothing, aka Tanisha Dulay? And where is Zoka, aka Jan Marie Hamilton, aka Kyrenda Carter? Y'all think they left? Or y'all think that Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, aka Chief Hopper John Hot Pocket, aka Chief Administrative Segregation, instructed just these two to do this live stream? What y'all think? Let me know in the comments.
Yeah, what you were seeing was a trend. Everybody hopping on the bandwagon going against him. But right now, what you're watching is his trial and tribulations. He is going to reign supreme in the end.
Yes.
This is only temporary. If you look at the Bible, you will see our story. You will see his story. And most important, you will see his glory. Because what happened, what you saw happen, wasn't right. What you saw the judge do, what you saw those people go up there and testify, what you saw them do, the people in the stands watching, the officers, the detectives, what you saw them do, okay, was not in the interest of justice. They lied.
Yes.
Let me go okay, so let's start off with the judge. Okay, because that wasn't right. First of all, First of all, that judge had COVID. She let everything happen in that courtroom that was against us. She did not allow evidence to be presented when we had evidence. This wasn't even supposed to be anything because they did not prove beyond a reasonable doubt that that is what happened.
Right.
He didn't.
Y'all, I know what's going on here. Aya, aka Portia Wade, and Ephraim, aka Caleb Buckner, they not living on planet Earth, y'all. They living somewhere else. They living somewhere else because they getting up on Beyonce's internet talking about something there was no evidence. Ladies, Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, aka Chief Papa John Hot Pocket, aka Chief Administrative Segregation, aka Chief Life in Prison plus 10 years without the possibility of parole, supplied the best evidence. And here's a clip.
I give up. I don't want to do this no more. And I'm, so I'm going to say, shut up. You don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I hugged her. And when she's like, no. And when she's like, no. And I'm like, and when she's like, no. And I'm like, and when she's like, no. And when she's like, no. And when she's like, no.
Now, y'all know I had to put that part on repeat. But for those of you who haven't seen the full-length interrogation video of Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, it is available here on my YouTube channel. Y'all should check it out. He said it out of his own mouth that the victim said no. And what we not gonna do is sit up here and act like the jury didn't ask to hear his interrogation interview again before they made their decision of guilty on all 5 charges. We not gonna sit up here and act like that, ladies. I was in the courtroom and I saw everything that went down in that courtroom.
That is what happened.
Right.
He did not have to grape anyone.
How is someone convicted with a life sentence plus an additional 10 years? How do you put an additional 10 years on a life sentence without the possibility of parole? When nobody was hurt, when we had all of the evidence.
Y'all, bless her heart. Bless her heart. Because Ephraim, aka Caleb Buckner, to this day has still not dealt with all of the trauma that she's experienced at the hands of Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, aka Chief Papa John Hot Pocket, aka Chief Administrative Segregation. Because for her to come out of her mouth and say no one was hurt, girl, bye. Ephraim, aka Caleb Buckner, what about Mama Dia? What about Velvet and what happened to her on the 4th of July as y'all stood in a circle while Eligio, aka Nature Boy, beat that girl out of her dress? What about the times that he has taken a belt or his hands to Malia? What about those times? But nobody got hurt though. Okay. All right, Ephraim, aka Caleb Buckner. I see you still brainwashed. I see nothing has changed. Y'all, ain't nothing changed. They are doubling down. They down like 4 flat tires. But again, I'ma ask, where are the other 2 ladies?
Nobody was hurt when we had all of the evidence to debunk each one of those charges.
Each one.
Everybody in that court for the bond hearings, one of our lawyers who represented us for the bond hearings said that all of the courts heard that video of her saying that we made love, that they made love, which is why they offered to drop the rape charge.
In the first place.
The judge seen it. Everybody seen that video. We exposed the truth. Even before we exposed the truth, y'all seen these people.
Please. And they take it the
Y'all, I was experiencing technical difficulties, so I had to hop out of recording and go back in. So please excuse me. It's going to be like a skip in this live stream, but I didn't miss too much. Let's go on ahead and jump back in here where I picked back up. Thank you guys for understanding. It's a live stream and I'm recording it live, so sometimes this happens. Here we go,
Y'all
guys.
seen these people.
Please. And they take it the wrong way because he's from New York. He loud. Yeah. He gonna tell you. He gonna be like in the most caring way though. But people take that the wrong way.
Yeah.
But it's because of these people. They're not aware that they have these shadows and these spirits on them, these generational curses, right? That come around and activate with other people. The more people that come around, the more your shit come out.
Yeah.
And he's the one that could see it very easily. So he's the enemy to the public because he always calling it out. He not gonna sit there and let you soak and sit around in the negative thoughts and stuff.
Yeah, because I definitely remember that when y'all was around, there was certain moments that. Yeah, like I remember there was some moments that you were cool with, like you was going through some moments that you were like down and you weren't in the mood, and he kept like.
As well as
Yeah, like I remember there was some moments that you were fool, like you were going through some moments that you were like down and you weren't in the mood, and he kept like, bro, like that's not what I brought you here for. Like we're supposed to be having a good time, like you know what I mean. And I guess that's why you would go in your corner and draw to just compose yourself or whatever. But like I got where he was coming from. That's why I'm like, a lot of people don't understand the passion behind when somebody speaks, especially when they care and they're an empath. I get it. That's why sometimes I like when he would get like that and on the lives and stuff, I wasn't bothered.
it's different too because he cares about his people. And you don't hear people talking the way that he does to bring people together. He cares very deeply about his people.
I ain't even finna hold y'all, but Aya, aka Portia Wade, is absolutely correct. There is no one else that I know of at this very moment who have brought people together like this. Check out this clip.
Let's go! This for the color, nigga. Go! Fight! Seeing J's on the corner when I'm walking out the school. Stop! 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 Break! 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 Shut up! Malia! Shut up! Malia! 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 What I say? Malia, what I say? Break! Malia, I said shut the fuck up. Nana, you ready? Control? Alright, Malia. Malia, control yourself or you get smacked. Or you get rolled out. Don't fucking get rolled out. Hey yo, if you don't act right, you gonna get rolled out. You gonna get rolled out. Hey yo, Aya, Afro, if the bitch don't break, roll that bitch out. Straight up. Hey yo, nah, when I say break, I mean break or they gonna fuck you up. I'm not playing.
I'll make sure they don't get on them.
Straight up. Hey yo. Hey yo. Hey yo. Don't want them hit no rocks. Nothing. Y'all ready? Fight! Nigga, it's some ASAP shit. Catch that boy, we gon' tag that bitch. Fuck that nigga. Why did you surround me with this lie? Do you care whether you live or you die?
Yep, Aya, aka Portia Wade, he was bringing people together in harmony and peace and balance. Girl, Why they sitting up here on Beyonce's internet like people hadn't been watching Carbonation? Why? What's this rebranding campaign about, Aya? Because the videos are still all over Beyonce's internet, in which Eligio Bishop would orchestrate fights, arguments. He would also abuse you guys verbally, and in some cases have you guys abuse each other physically. So what are you talking about?
Yes.
He cares very deeply about his people. That's why he's chief.
And you hear
That's why he brought everybody together. That's why he gave people roles and purposes. I guarantee you right now, them people ain't okay.
No, because I just find it so funny that a lot of people being hypocritical and contradicting as I don't know if I
And you
can
know
cuss, but I be wanting to cuss
what?
because it's crazy. Like what the like what y'all expect? A perfect person? I'm tired of people talking about, oh, but he did this and he did that. Ain't nobody in this world perfect. And when you going through your spiritual journey and you doing shadow work, you gotta go down before you go up. You understand? Just like you gotta crawl before you
yeah.
walk. So before you can get to a higher elevated state, you gotta face your demons. And when you're doing this shit in a group, people don't understand the same way the Bible says when more than two is in prayer, there I'll be there, right? So it's the same. If there's more than one person, you got a group, and that shit was like 20 of y'all in a group doing the same journey, walking hand in hand, doing shadow work together. It's gonna be a lot of crazy things.
I ain't even finna hold y'all, but who is this woman? Who is she and who sent her? And why, like, why are you women out there still supporting this destructive cult? Like, what is wrong with y'all?
Walking hand in hand, doing shadow work together is gonna be a lot of crazy things happening. You understand? But at the end of the day, I ain't see nobody end up in the hospital for no damages, for no
I don't know,
injuries.
y'all. I don't know. I'm side eyeing this woman. Cause ain't no way she been watching Carbonation. You know what I'm saying? It's either she ain't been watching Carbonation or she one of these Beagle people. Cause y'all already know how the Beagle folks give it up. They be trolling. Whole live trolling right in your face. So I don't know. I don't know how to read her. Because if she had been watching, she would have seen that Malia, aka Tanisha Dulay, the queen of the squatters, went to the hospital herself and she was severely ill.
For no damages, for no injuries or nothing. I've seen people come and go. So everything was clearly voluntary. When she
She
was down
herself
here, she
came
looked
and go
very
many
Yeah,
happy.
several
times.
She was
She
happy to
herself
show off.
came and
She was
go.
happy to
She
show
came
off her tattoo with his name on her butt
exactly.
cheek.
Okay,
I mean,
still got
she just posted one after, it was probably a couple months ago with the same name on her butt. It's like it's crazy. Cause it's like,
at the end of the day,
yo,
listen, I
you
was I was essayed when I was 7 years old by a step cousin. From that time, I have not seen him. About some 7 to 8 years ago, I saw a little girl that looked just like him turn out to be his daughter. And anybody that knows me knows I love kids, especially girls, because I don't have my own. I have a son. That's why I'm speaking out, because I wouldn't want nobody to do this to my son. So
exactly, bro.
when I saw this little girl, I told my mom, keep that little girl away from me. Just the sight of that little girl reminding me of how her father looked had just blew my mind. And I hadn't seen him since I was 7. I am 34 right now. Okay? So for you to still have the name of somebody that you so supposedly did this to you, and you're sporting it, you're
yeah.
showing it off. I
On
mean, come
camera?
on.
On Instagram?
That's kind of
No.
that's kind of weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, now the crazy thing is, she never once. Actually, in the interview, she said, "Them bitches is jealous. He would never treat me like that." Right? You heard her describe the whole situation. She never ever said anything bad
Yeah.
against him. Never,
That's
not
a
even
fact.
during the
Yeah.
trial. Right?
Yeah.
But guess what? You did hear her say that shit about Solar. That nigga tried to kill her, give her a kiss of death, and choke her the fuck out and slam it by. You heard that, right? That shit was crazy.
I
But you
think
heard
that
her
whole
talk about.
I think that
You heard her
whole situation is
say he
crazy.
would never do that. He would never do that to me.
Yeah.
He would never hurt me. He would never harm me.
Yeah.
So she knows in her mind, like, he wouldn't do that to me.
I
And
didn't even know Solar did all of that.
Can y'all hear me?
He go ahead, baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
So,
right.
first of all, I just want to come in and tell you guys that you're so beautiful, the both of you. Second of all, I want to say that when the verdict was reached down and he was sentenced to life without parole, plus 10, I cried because it was a malicious prosecution, period.
Yes.
I don't care
Yes.
what anybody.
Okay, everyone, I have some really exciting news. Janae's book, Lesson Learned, is now available on Amazon.com. The paperback version is $25.55 and the hardcover is $47.90. So you can actually pick her book up on Amazon.com today.
Malicious prosecution, period.
Yes.
I don't care
Yes.
what anybody says. I have experience in the law. He was railroaded. And to begin with, he was railroaded by his own people.
It was very biased.
It was very
Yeah.
biased. It's election time, and the judge used him as her gal, plain and simple. The young lady, and I won't say her name, was coerced by a blogger, and I won't say that person's name.
Yes.
And it was out of envy. I watched it from the beginning to the end. It was out of it. Another person was envious because it was all about being number one with Eligio.
Jealousy. I don't mean to cut
It was
you
all
off,
about
clear.
number
but
one.
I
It was
want to.
all
Yeah, I
about
want
being
to.
a wife
I want you to.
and being in control. Before
We
they
see
came,
you, Bambi. We see you, but I know you
Yeah.
want to get in there
Yeah.
too.
I'm sorry.
I
Keep
see you.
going.
Hold
Keep
on.
going.
Hold on, let her after her she
I'm
Yeah, my
going
bad.
to off because I have prayed about him, I've thought about him, and I wish him well. I've researched to find out where he is,
Yeah.
and he will be released. God will prevail.
Yeah.
You know
Absolutely.
it because he knows.
He would
Absolutely.
definitely be exonerated. Yes.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yes.
The state attorney that they use is one of them. So he was not trying to exonerate him. Okay, he was going to get paid regardless. Keogh's position was that he was not going to take a plea for all those people who are humbly asking about his plea deal. He was not going to admit to something he did not do.
Yeah.
And I
Do.
Exactly.
and I wouldn't have
Exactly.
either, okay?
I want to have
Either.
that.
Because
Yeah.
that's a title and a stipulation that will follow him for the rest of his life
Yep.
in the worst way. So we're going to go back to the malicious prosecution and how I've never in my 58 years, and I've watched O.J. Simpson trials. And
Yo, she says she's 58 years old. And she's sitting up on Beyonce's internet supporting Team Too Much in their shenanigans. Like, 58 years old? And you don't realize that there's a problem with these young ladies? For, first of all, not working. Second of all, waiting for a man that's going to spend the rest of his life in prison. And also, let's not forget the two of them pending felony charges because they was attempting to smuggle weed and other contraband into DeKalb County Jail to him. And this 58-year-old lady is up on the panel condoning this sugar honey iced tea, y'all. That 58-year-old, y'all, that's Cheryl Walker. Y'all know? The lady from They Go From Me? That's her. Got to be.
8 years. And I've watched O.J. Simpson trials and a lot of trials. I've read about the law and I have experience with the law. Seen a person who has been convicted, sentenced, and in the same day.
On the same
On the
day.
same
Well,
ever.
she was sick as hell.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Couldn't even
I've
breathe.
heard that.
Absolutely.
That's not normal.
It's
because
not
it was all a setup. They had intentions on convicting him from the beginning.
from the
Before
beginning.
the
Yeah.
Their
trial
mind
started.
was already made up.
Yeah, it
Their
was
mind was already made up.
Gregory
There
Moore
was
said it.
absolutely.
He said it. He
There was
said we
not
got to
a
get this
shred
man
of
jammed up.
evidence.
He said it.
Absolutely. There was not a shred of evidence. If every man or woman, for that matter, go to the prosecutor and say, "Hey, XYZ, this person raped me." Listen, I've been there before. My person is still walking the face of the earth free. My child went through trauma as a kid. I tried to have that person prosecuted. This person went to the prosecutor's office and used Facebook as a lie, and he's walking free. So there has to be by law reasonable doubt.
Exactly.
There was no reasonable doubt.
Exactly.
I mean, there has to be by law reasonable doubt.
Exactly.
There was no reasonable doubt. There was no reasonable doubt. There was no reasonable doubt. There was no reasonable doubt.
I give up. I don't want to do this no more. And I'm, pouting. So I'm going to pick, chill out. You don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I hugged her. And when she's like, no. And when she's like, no. And I'm like, and when she's like, no. And
I'm sorry. There was plenty of reasonable doubt. Plenty of reasonable doubt. Because she said they made love. And I heard her.
Several times.
Would not allow us to play that stuff during trial.
Absolutely.
Any of those videos, they would not allow. Anything that we tried to get in was denied. But when it was their turn, it was a free for all.
They had the floor.
They allowed everything to come in.
Absolutely.
But when it was our turn, shut down
Okay.
all the way.
They
didn't care about that night. They didn't care. They didn't ask not 2-3 questions about that night.
Exactly. And so now
I went on that stand. Do you know what they asked me? They said, "Do your loyalty have an expiration date?" I'm like, "What kind of
Yeah,
shit is
and
this?"
what does that have to do with it? Exactly. That was crazy.
I saw you. And the thing about it is that nowhere in her statement at first did she say that she said stop. Okay, which a lot of people are dwelling on that part of it.
I ain't even finna hold y'all, but a woman shouldn't have to say stop once she said no. Once she says no, there ain't nothing to stop. The man is supposed to respect her wishes. That's why it's called grape. All of y'all men out here sitting up here like, oh my God, that could be me. That could have been me. Stop doing what you're doing. Stop pressuring her. And if the young lady says no, go ahead and pack your things and leave. Or if she at your house, get her an Uber, wish her a good night, and keep it pushing. Okay? Otherwise, you persist and continue with it. Yeah, you damn right it could be you. You hear the word no in bed, that should automatically turn you off. Period.
Which a lot of people are dwelling on that part of it, that she said stop. None of us were there. So we're going to take her word that she said stop. Here's the thing, and I can go way back to Nature Boy and that other person, and that we won't mention her name. And, when you talk about a cult, and we're going to go back to Charles Manson, and we're going to really talk about a cult. When you go back to cult, those people and those were not able to leave. I've watched members of Carbonation leave and come back, leave and come back.
Many
Exactly.
times.
Had cell phones.
I've been 3 times. Me.
Absolutely.
I was there 3 times, left and came back several times.
Absolutely.
And you know what's scary is that you can get this severe of a penalty from just somebody's word.
A word.
Correct. And that
it should have been a fight.
Yes.
Because to get somebody a life sentence, like that's one step below death penalty.
Ain't no
There's
way.
supposed to be a fight to the truth of tooth and nail for that. You can't just take somebody's word and say, okay, you're gonna get this.
Okay, I want to address the person who says Charles Manson's cult members absolutely were allowed to leave. They were not. Okay, they were not allowed to leave because when they tried to leave, they were gunned down, they were killed, they were murdered. There are survivors who said on national TV, and there's a documentary that their family members were left there. They escaped. The family members that were left there perished with I'm sorry, Charles Manson's. I'm getting into Jim Jones. I'm so sorry, because these are real cult leaders. When you talk about Charles Manson and Jim Jones and these people, okay, Charles Manson had mind control over his people and coerced them to commit heinous crimes, including murder. Okay, they received life without parole, but guess what? Some of them were released. Okay, some of the members were released. When we talk about Jim Jones' situation, which was a cult leader, they were not allowed to leave. They were murdered if they tried to leave. So I just want to clear that fact up. That if I'm being
Yeah, it's not fair to call him a co-leader and to even compare him with these people where more than 200 children died.
absolutely,
It's not fair to compare him to that when he never said himself he was a co-leader. That was labeled to him by.
And guess what? And I'm tired of motherfuckers not respecting me as an individual. Gods have rights too. And that's why I came to America, and that's why I was born here, because I knew I would have the right to be a cult leader. And that's why I came to America, and that's why I was born here, because I knew I would have the right to be a cult leader. That's what they call it. That's what they call us now, God's cult leaders. But I'm not like other cult leaders. I'm actually God. I'm not a cult leader that's saying I'm a medium to, no, I'm God. We inside of my body. All of y'all cells inside of my body. We already know that, don't we? All these people that's watching this show right now, go and worship me. Just like y'all. Everything is going, I'm trying to tell everybody, like, it's going to be so many people trying to worship me that I'm going to be like, I'm the next, what you would call Jesus or Muhammad.
Canada because they wanted to get their daughter
They
back
say
home.
that
They
they
said that.
they label him that because he calls himself a god. But if God lives in all of us and we are made in
No, they
God's image, are we
can't
not
they
all
can't
God?
label somebody a cult leader for that. Jay-Z said all the time in his
But
song
that's what
Kanye
I'm saying.
West,
But
this
he's
is a
not
God's
but Jay
dream.
Z's a celebrity, and Jay Z's working for them people. You know what I'm saying? Eligio's not working for them people. Eligio's working to get people off that agenda, like mentally get off that shit. And
Right.
they know that. That's what he's the threat to. And but people see him as a cult leader, and people talk a lot of shit about him because of the fact that he calls himself a god, and because y'all call him a god. And but at the end of the day, y'all
We
see
call
yourselves as
ourselves
God
God.
too.
We call
Exactly.
ourselves God. Right.
Exactly. That's what I try to tell people. If we're created in his image, that means we're God's
we're
too.
not
So and that's why that I know that's why y'all say peace reflections.
right.
Because if
Exactly.
he's a God to you and he's a reflection of you, then you're a God too. So
Okay.
and then people don't have the
Oh,
problem. I get it. I get so mad
me too.
when his own people, our own people sit here and get mad that y'all call him y'all's God, but I call my man my king.
Right.
What's
Exactly.
the difference? We do that shit all the time. We either us Hispanic women or black women, we call our man either papi, king, or whatever. You understand? So
Exactly.
what's the difference?
Right.
It's a
Exactly.
title.
Which is why they had to label it legally as a cult, because they
Hmm.
know that once you label any group or organization or family with that word, it's automatically you
Negative.
know, a no-no.
Creates a
Automatic.
bias for the
Absolutely.
people.
I try to zoom in on her, y'all, so we could try to get a look at her, but I faintly see the shape of her face, but I could only see like one eye and the shape of her nose. I don't know. Can anybody make out what she looked like? I'm trying to see if she's the same person that Lisa says what found and believes is Cheryl Walker.
Right.
Yeah, because
For
people
people
fear what they
watching.
don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And since they don't understand that lifestyle, which I find crazy because Muslims live like that, the only difference is in Muslim, like if a man has four wives, all four wives don't live together. They have to have their own home.
Yes.
Y'all were walking together, y'all were living together. That's the problem. People don't understand that. It's not the same thing. So it's just a whole lot of people just don't understand. They just retarded to me because I feel
And
like it's BS.
if I can just say this, there was a statement that the accuser said that I wanted to go through and find her.
Okay.
Because when she said that it didn't feel real,
Okay. Yeah.
which is why she was done after that. It didn't feel real. Now that came out of her mouth. Those was
It
her words.
said she said it didn't feel
It
real.
It
felt
felt
fake.
It
fake.
Self
felt
hate.
fake,
Yeah.
and what I really wanted was love
Absolutely.
Yeah.
from him and from the family. But when I didn't get that,
That's when I
I
wanted
That's
him
why
wanted
to
to
leave.
leave.
You
And
know,
you
that's
know
a
what?
reflection of how
She
she
even
really was,
said,
right? That's a
every
reflection of how she really felt.
It's
The love she was
it.
giving y'all was fake.
I
Oh
watched. Oh
yeah.
yeah. That
Absolutely.
right there, that
Absolutely.
statement right there, had I been
hmm
on the juror panel, would have told me that she was jealous.
Yeah.
but you
I
know
wanted to
what?
say.
They didn't allow that to be played.
None of
They
that.
the only
Yeah.
None.
thing they allowed to be played was his interview with the detectives where he was trying to tell everybody that's my
Yes.
girl. With the detectives where he was trying to tell everybody that's my
Yes.
girl. But they didn't.
Planet Earth to the panel. Calling Planet Earth to the panel. It does not matter, Aya, aka Portia Wade, if you are a man's girl, his wife, his concubine, or his sneaky link. If you say no, that means no. So she's sitting up here on Beyonce's internet talking about they only played the video where he was explaining, like, that's my girl. No, he said that she said no. That's why y'all mad. That's why y'all that's something y'all cannot overcome. Nobody can overcome that. Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, is spending the rest of his life in prison, ladies and gentlemen.
But they didn't. When we tried to get her side of the interview,
They would not play that.
they wouldn't
No.
play
Let me
it.
tell you why. We
Yeah.
about to play what she said to the
They. Yeah.
detective.
They didn't want the
The
jury
same
to
thing that
hear.
she said after I play this Bambi, I'm gonna let you
Yeah.
go in because I know you've been wanting to say something.
Okay.
But the same thing
Yeah.
that she said on the T, she said the exact same thing to the detectives. Now after I'm gonna play it and then the detectives wrote in their case notes. They wrote in their case notes that he forced himself in her,
Right.
that he was irate and he was being violent and all these things. But this is what she said.
She never said that. They wrote
Yeah.
their own stuff. They wrote their
Yeah.
own.
I saw that.
That's when that he made love to me. The second time, and at this point, she's looking me in the eyes and telling me this is not third. We make love. Once again, she states we make love. Here's the third time. And a part of me just gave it.
Hold up, y'all. What is old girl up in the corner there drinking? Y'all see that look like a water bottle, but the liquid is red. Was she up there getting lit? Cause that's the only explanation I have for her co-signing this sugar honey iced tea. She up here getting lit, y'all. Look at her. Throwing them back. That's why she up on this panel acting like Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, is an innocent man.
I did, you know, still care for him. She said I gave it to him because I I gave it to him because I still cared about him.
Exactly. Exactly.
Exactly. Now, baby, what was you gonna say?
Yes, about where she said she wanted love from you all. A person have to fully love themselves first if they expecting another person to love them. Like she has to fully understand and love herself first. And just this whole case has blown my mind because all of the evidence is out there that he's innocent. And she never used the R word. She have said several times that they had made love. It was just all designed that way. And what Gregory Moore, he clearly said that we have to get this man jammed up. He
Yep.
kept saying that he's the biggest narcissist he knows. And when a person says something about another person, that's how he truly feels about himself. He
That's right.
kept saying that Chief Eligio Bishop was a bad person. No, Gregory Moore is the bad person.
Correct.
You know,
That's right.
it was just very biased. It was very unfair, and Babylon is extremely extreme, like extreme.
Oh, yeah.
It's just set up very unfair. Yeah,
That's right.
yeah,
And it's a tragedy that the world sat there and agreed with that when we have our people being slaughtered by law enforcement agencies every day, every day. And
yeah.
what we watched with Eligio's trial was a slaughter. It was
No, you know what's even sad is the fact that he got this much time when today a young boy of 23 years old just got his life taken away right here in my apartment complex by a boy that was just released from prison. And he was in prison for rape. He actually broke into a woman's house and assaulted her in her house. And he was just released not too long ago
Oh wow.
and able
wow,
to commit yet another crime.
Oh
absolutely.
man.
Took away somebody's life. So to like they putting people that really ain't doing nothing away
Back
for
on the
so
street.
long, and the
Yes.
people that's actually committing crimes and causing trauma out here
He's
for like
walking the
5, 10 years,
streets.
20 years.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That's why
that's
I hope none
crazy.
of y'all don't get a man, because most of the men out here is feminine. They lock all the real
That's a
men up and
fact.
behind bars.
It's
Bless her heart, y'all. Bless her heart. Y'all do know where she got that from, right? She got that from Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy. Now he telling them that all the men out in the free world, because he in prison, they all feminine. And all the real men are locked behind bars. He's trying to deter them from having any interest in another man for the rest of their life. And they don't even see it. And they will probably stay with him for the rest of their life. But I'm going to ask y'all one more again. Where is Malia, a.k.a. Tanisha Dulé, the queen of the squatters? And where is Zoka, a.k.a. Jayon Marie Hamilton, a.k.a. Kyrenda Carter? Did they leave, y'all?
Feminine. They lock all the real
That's a
men up and
fact.
behind
it's
bars.
in
Yes.
You
that
know what?
spot.
You know what the key thing is, that Chief never had any criminal history, no felony charges, no
Yeah.
nothing.
Nothing.
And he should have been able to either, even so, let's say that, you know, they did this or whatever with their, faulty evidence or whatever. He still should have been able to get a first timer's offense.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He still
Yeah.
should have been able to be granted some sort of
Yes.
pardon, because he still should have been able to get a first timer's offense.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He still
Yeah.
should have been able to be granted some sort of
Yes.
pardon, because he has not had no type of.
Aya, a.k.a. Portia Wade. The term you're looking for is first time offender. And also, a pardon would not be applicable in this situation. All this time, Aya, all this time, and you mean to tell me that y'all haven't been studying the law? That y'all haven't even Googled or bought a couple of law books so that you guys can really join the fight for this appeal? Seriously? What y'all been doing? Just sitting there squatting in the house, smoking weed and chilling every day? What have you guys been doing? This is why y'all can't pay y'all rent. Because y'all sitting around doing absolutely nothing but going through the entire overview of the trial and playing back what the victim said on the T and talking about malicious prosecution. Listen, y'all not getting nowhere doing this. Y'all need to start studying the law and getting yourselves literate within that law so that you guys can help your appeals attorney. That's what you guys should be doing.
Sort of
Yes.
pardon because he has not had no type of no felonies, nothing on his record.
Well, the judge
Mm-hmm.
at the end, and I know you remember correctly, she said, had you acted in a different way, I may have used some leniency.
And that's crazy because you know what? I'm in jail. I've been in jail for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's nasty in there.
Mm-hmm.
I got to go back to a cell that's infested with who knows what.
I can't talk to my family. I got children. I can't see my children. My children wonder where their daddy at.
Yeah.
Right.
And they
On
expect
top of
people
that,
to keep this calm.
Yeah.
I'm worried about my
Yeah.
health because they do not take care of them medically.
At times.
So when you
Yeah.
told me that you have COVID,
Mhm.
we had COVID together. We was laid out. We was live. I don't know if you guys seen it, but we were laid out on live. We had to take care of him. He
Yeah.
brought me tea because I was feeling so
Right.
bad.
I remember seeing that.
Nobody don't want no
No,
COVID. He's not acting up. He's in fear of his
Ab-
life. He's seeing that everything is turned against him, and now all of a sudden you get COVID and you don't even want to stop the trial. All these people are here. We could have been affected.
Yeah.
Everybody in that courtroom, the bailiffs, everybody who was working there could have been affected.
she also stated that I know that you want me off this case. It was very personal, which is why she was malicious and continuing to be on the bench. It was personal.
Yeah.
See, and that's crazy because a lot of these judges and prosecutors are getting away with way too much. And that's how you know that this system is about to fall because she wouldn't recuse herself. There's nobody there that's going to step in and say you're not doing right. You are actually a public servant. You're not doing your job. You're supposed to uphold the highest standards.
Yes.
There's a YSL's trial is going on right now. Their judge didn't want to recuse themselves, even though they got called out by their lawyer. Donald Trump is running for president. He got convicted of guilty on all 34 charges, and now all of a sudden the Supreme Court now passed a law that's saying that the president doesn't have to go to jail. They basically could do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Was found guilty and he is on a presidential campaign free walking around with a suit and tie.
Outrageous.
But he was guilty. That just goes to show the lack of care that this world has for the black man and just black people. Like we can just sit up there. That was a modern day lynching.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It was. Yes.
Absolutely. When you
For
have
our own
Yes.
people. And I don't know if everybody knows, but this is war. This is
I don't know why they comparing Young Thug or Donald Trump to Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy. That's like comparing a brain surgeon to a homeless man on the side of the road. First of all, Young Thug has an amazing attorney. Donald Trump, I'm sure, had the dream team. What are they talking about? Why are they up here on Beyonce's internet crying and whining because they didn't want to get up and get jobs or get online, even do online? Like, they could have been making a bag on Bigo. Why didn't they do that to get him proper representation? You're not going to win in a fight if you don't go in there with the proper tools. And I'm sorry, like, Robert Booker was not no match for the DeKalb County prosecutors.
People, and I don't know if everybody knows, but this is war. This is war for us. It really is. Like, it is very serious, and that's why Chief brought the message the way he does. Yes. When you are sick, or when a loved one, somebody that you care for, is on a railroad track and a train is coming, but they don't see it, you're not going to whisper to them. You're going to grab them and tell them to get off of the track.
Yeah, because you care.
Wake up.
Yes.
Because you care.
Yeah. Right.
And that's what a lot of this has been. He's very misunderstood. He cares a lot. He has a really big heart. Most of the time when we had 27 people, he was there was times where it was 27 of us stuck at the border of Mexico. Nobody had money. He said, okay, call somebody. I need this. Pay for everybody. Taking care of food, everything. Restaurants that we go to, they don't have to pay.
He was taking care of everybody.
Yeah.
He was taking care of everybody. But as soon as he left and these same people couldn't get the same benefits, they couldn't get the same things that he was giving them, they just turned on him.
Which is
and
wrong.
I feel sorry. I really do. I really do feel bad for them. Because at the end, it eats at you. And at the end of the day, you knew the truth.
Right.
And now you have to sit there with a lie.
Yeah.
Now you have to
take
sit
back
there.
what you did.
You can't take it back. We had a purpose. We had a
Guys, I have great news. Liz's book, The Tribe of Judah Experience, is now available. You can actually order and obtain your copy today. All you have to do is go to Liz's IG profile, which is here right now on the screen. Click on the link in her bio, and it will take you directly to purchase your copy of the book. I have my copy, guys, and I have to say it is a must read, and it's one that you will not be able to put down.
right there. You can't take it back. We had a purpose. We had a mission, something that we were doing
She can
with our
take it
lives.
back. She can take it back, but she won't because she'll go to jail.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's right.
She'll go to jail.
Hey, if she tell the truth, we will say, don't even let her go to jail. Just let him out. Yeah. We don't care about them. Like, look, we already done forgive them. We forgave what they did.
And I'll tell you that she can retract her statement because, and I don't normally tell my personal stories, but my heart is in this for Eligio and you guys, is that when I took custody of two of my nephews back in the day, and I was a stern person, I was a stern mother, and a stern aunt. And because one of my nephews couldn't get his way, he went to school and told them that I beat him and I jumped on him because he wanted to be removed from my house. So I wanted to take in more foster children at that time, and I was denied. I wasn't charged because they had what? No proof. Just his word, so he was removed. As time went on, my nephew, he's grown now, and he went to prison. And he got in touch with a cousin of mine, and he asked them to give him my phone number. And we're talking 12 years after this allegation. And I did accept his call from prison. And he said to me, they told me to say it. And I'm sorry. And I said to him, I said, we had a conversation on how it affected my life and how it affected his life. And he said, I asked my social worker if I could give her a letter. And I had that letter here at my house. And we're talking 10 years later now. He received 35 years for his crime. And it exonerated my name with Child Protective Services here in the state that I live in. Mm-hmm. So he did retract his statement. I hadn't been in touch with him to try to coerce him or sending him any messages or anything. So she can, in fact, retract her statement. But
Yeah.
what she's holding on to is pride
Mm,
that she thinks that she owns
ego
something. But there
and
are
ego.
no winners here. There's no winners here because it affected
Nope.
everyone, including Eligio's children.
Yep.
Exactly.
First and
It don't
foremost,
forget that it affects us all.
it affected
Like what you did, it affects us all. It
absolutely,
impacts us.
and to have any human spend the rest of his life in prison for something that he did not do, I'll
That's
never
crazy.
respect it ever. If you're violated, by all means of the matter, I'm a woman, then that person needs to answer. But there was no proof whatsoever. And when I watched her dancing and dressing and the feathers and cooking and all that stuff, it means nothing. Not to me. It means absolutely nothing. I don't see her as beautiful as some women people are telling her. I don't see her as charming or anything. I see her as a scorned woman
The character,
with a
yeah.
character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the next move that I'm praying, and I've been looking and searching high and low for any type of GoFundMe. I have to get off soon. Any type of way that we can have where the state is not representing him. The state can never represent him again.
Right. Yeah, so we have all of that, and just to wrap everything up, and then if you guys have anything else that you want to say to close out, but we have everything put very neatly and organized on YouTube. You can get updates on there. We also have a GoFundMe. Now, we send the GoFundMe out personally to people, because we have trolls. So
Yeah.
we gonna make sure that we make available the lines of communication open. We really do to get this resolved. It really does take a community. It really does take us uniting. We really do need.
Aya, aka Portia Wade, just go right ahead and say what you want to say. You really want to just tell them folk that y'all really, really need some Babylon dollars because y'all really, really low and y'all really need some money for the rent because y'all gonna have to get out of that house that y'all been squatting in because that man from the news showed up there and he's not gonna stop. And there is a hearing to be held on July 25th, y'all. So they got to get up out of that house they've been squatting in. So they trying to raise money. This is what this live stream was about. It's not about coming together. It's not about the community. It's not about the thousands upon thousands of melanated men who are wrongfully accused. It has nothing to do with that. It's based on the fact that they need somewhere to stay and Poppy need money on his books.
A community. It really does take us uniting. We really do need to come together to support, because everybody knows that he doesn't deserve to be in there. That was very excessive. It was very
Exactly.
biased. Everybody seen what happened.
Absolutely.
You
And
know,
and as far as people that, oh my God, because while we on this live, I'm going through some messages there, and I'm reading some stuff, but I keep getting frustrated that people keep bringing up this stuff about, but this other stuff that he did, like what?
no,
Like what?
you can't do that.
No,
You
no, no.
can't.
Not, I'm not asking y'all like what. I'm saying like what in a sarcastic way because it's
Yeah.
like what? Like what?
Yeah.
What? Y'all can't say he made them two girls fight. Them girls fought on their own. He got tired of that shit. I saw it for myself. How many times he's like, I'm tired of y'all arguing. I'm tired of this.
Why
I'm
they act?
tired.
Why they act like black people like they don't get an attitude and be wanting
Why
to
they
fight?
act like families aren't fucking dysfunctional, bro?
Exactly.
When we grew up in a house full with your siblings, y'all fought, right?
I don't mean no harm, y'all, but that lady up in the box that's talking right now, why To me, it seemed like she up there powdering her nose. She got to be powdering her nose, y'all. If y'all know what I mean, y'all, if you know, you know. Because why is she talking about family and siblings fighting? Did she not realize that these people are not actually blood relatives? They're not related in any, not even by marriage. Like, she doesn't realize that these are cult members. That's the problem. She still is living in the idea that carbonation was a family or a tribe. No, ma'am. It's a cult.
In a house full with your siblings, y'all fought, right?
I thought my
It's the
sister.
same thing, bro. Like why are they trying to act like? And if y'all feel like that's something he should pay for, then 2 years, almost 3 years of his life is more than enough time paid.
Correct.
That's more than enough
Yeah.
time paid for something that everybody goes through. But because y'all expected him to be, because he calls himself God, y'all expected him to be like, oh, all the time. When if you know anything about life, you know everything is a balance, and with good comes bad. And so, as much as you try to be good, some bad things are going to happen. It's how you deal with it, it's how you maneuver the situation. It's not that doesn't mean that you're a bad person because bad things happen around you,
Right.
or the things, the people around you, bad things happen to them. You know, like, so I'm just like, it just gets me upset because I've already had a couple people come at me like, oh, like, but you defending, because y'all don't know. I've actually met these people. Like, I actually met y'all. I sat down with y'all. I ate with y'all. Like, in live and direct, like how you said that, how he's very generous. I experienced that because when we sat down on the boardwalk at Rum Runners and we ate, I didn't pay anything. When we went to Hotel on the Cape, I didn't pay anything. When we went up to the tide pools, I didn't pay nothing. The whole time I was around y'all, I didn't have to pull out nothing out of my bag, nothing. You know what I'm saying? All I had to do was tell y'all about where we going. Like, oh, so this is this and this is that. But he literally took care of everything. So, yes, he's generous. Yes, he's passionate. Y'all take that as angry. But at the end of the day, what they did to this man is absolutely horrible. It is not right. And any woman out there that is a mom that has a son,
Absolutely.
and you ain't standing behind this, like trying to be behind him getting free, then something's wrong with you, because this could happen to your son.
Absolutely.
Like, it really could happen to your son.
Yeah,
There's
that's a
and
fact.
Y'all don't buy that sugar honey iced tea. Y'all sons ain't gonna go to jail for the same thing. Because I'm sure y'all sons got enough good sense that God gave a goat to know that when a woman says no, it's over. Pack it up and go. That's it. That's all.
Absolutely.
like, it really can happen to your son.
Yeah,
There's
that's a
and
fact.
like what the saying go, I know how what the woman's
Hell
going
has no fear like a woman
Right.
scorned.
foul. She was a woman scorned by her own damn self, with her
Yep.
own pride and ego, because she knew what she was getting into.
Yeah.
I don't know why as women we have this toxic mentality of thinking that we can change the man.
Absolutely. And,
Let that shit
yeah.
go. You knew exactly what you were coming into. That man been poly since he started.
And they,
Yep.
Okay?
they saw it.
The
They
one
saw it.
the one who had his child couldn't change that fact.
Absolutely
You know what I'm
not.
saying? So it's like, why did you think that you could?
You said it.
Right.
Yes. Yes. And
So
see,
I feel like people feeling bad for her need to just get over themselves, because at the end of the day, how can you feel bad for somebody who literally said on live that she was in love with somebody else in the group? Okay, then after she had the main man in the group jailed, got with the other guy in the group, got pregnant with the other guy in the group, then that other guy in the group leaves her to be with the baby mama of the chief. That shit diabolical to me.
absolutely. And I watched her as well.
Oh,
Full.
and then throwing up the three too,
Mhm. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Absolutely.
because I saw
Absolutely.
that.
Mm-hmm.
So I find it contradictory and hypocritical that a lot of people hating on this man, what they did to this man, but they still following this stuff. even some of the people that I've noticed, there's been some other members that, like previous long time ago members, that they went on their own way.
Well, look who it is. It's Mama Bambi, y'all. Bambi still over there pushing 3 and supporting these ladies in their delusions. Oh my goodness. I thought Bambi was off the scene, but clearly she's not.
Their own way. And I seen a couple of them talk something, and I'm like, but you're living the life he taught you, though.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, so like,
And they
why
probably don't even acknowledge it.
why is you getting involved? You've been out.
And that's what I get confused at when I was watching them and they're still living the lifestyle is, wait a minute, hold up. I thought it was a cult. So if you're out, why are you still practicing?
I know it's past this lady bedtime. She's sitting up here on Beyonce's internet talking about, so they still practicing the things that he was practicing. So why, ma'am, these people were practicing a lot of those things before they got there. That is what led them there. They thought that he was living a similar lifestyle. Aside from all of that, there are so many people who love nature, so many people who are vegan. There are so many people who identify as spiritual and conscious. It does not belong to Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, aka Chief Papa John Hot Pocket, aka Chief Administrative Segregation, aka Chief Life in Prison plus 10 years without the possibility of parole. Spirituality does not belong exclusively to carbonation, ma'am.
Wait a minute, hold up. I thought it was a cult. So if you're out, why are you still practicing cult like lifestyle?
Exactly.
You know.
So that's all I really gotta say. I'm gonna keep praying for my boy that he gets out, because this is beyond wrong. You know, I'll do what I can on my side, but I hope that more people jump on this bandwagon the same way they was jumping on that other BS bandwagon to bring him down. Like, it's a shame that why the fuck we keep doing this shit to each other.
Absolutely. Any man with
We
knowledge
supposed
that he was
this is exactly what I'm not trying to be with the race thing, but this is exactly what the white man. You know what I'm saying? It's for black and browns to be against their own.
Absolutely.
And y'all just gave them that.
Have you checked out our new merch? Support the Medaya movement, where comfort is our main goal. Let your wardrobe be a reflection of your finesse and personal flair. With every thread woven with care, our apparel is designed to not just look great, but feel great too. We believe in celebrating every body type with our diverse range of stylish, high-quality clothing. We are not just selling merch, we're curating confidence, ensuring you step out in style every single day. Experience the blend of fashion-forward trends and timeless classics in our collections. And with our inclusive sizing, you'll find the perfect fit that makes you feel confident and fabulous. Embrace the Medaya movement experience today. Shop now. The link is in the bio.
Browns to be against their own.
Absolutely.
And y'all just gave them that.
Yeah. And what blows my mind is his own people, black people, is what crabs in a barrel. No white person tried to bring Eligio Bishop down. It's been black folks, his own people. That's what's so sad.
Absolutely.
You know, just the mentality of most of the black people.
And you know, that's what Chief came to heal.
Yes.
He came to heal that. And with him having such a big light, he showed everybody that was around him their shadows. He became a mirror to show people all the things that was lying dormant, all the darkness. When you come on your spiritual journey, yes, it's beautiful, but all your shit, all your demons, all your shadows gonna start coming up. And because we so used to running from that, it's easier to point the finger and say this person is doing this, and this is toxic, and this is this. No, I mean, spiritual journey is a detoxing process. Your toxins gonna come up, and Chief has been a catalyst for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Interested in a great read? Check out Greatness is a Habit, authored by Aaron Dixon, also known as True. Many of you know him as True. He has authored this amazing read. The book is available on Apple Books. Get your copy today and stay motivated to win.
your toxins gonna come up, and Chief has been a catalyst for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because he represents the truth. That's why you said these people leave and they still in nature and do, because he's in the
Right.
truth.
Absolutely.
Yep.
He's the modern day Messiah with the message of the Christ consciousness. I am God. And he
Absolutely.
Mhm.
broke it down clearly. He broke it down so clear.
Absolutely. Because it's in the
Clear.
book, and he
And
was not
that's why this
supposed
is
to.
happening.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's a
We're
fact.
supposed to remain ignorant. They know that there's strength in our numbers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, there's strength
But they
in our numbers.
don't realize
Absolutely.
they just gave him a whole bunch of new numbers where he at.
Absolutely. And I'm going to see him.
Cause
I'm going to see him
how
walk
many
those
black
gates.
men go in and out every year?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And so the more go in, the more he teach, the more come out with his
That's what
teachings.
I'm
So
saying.
now
That's right.
Yeah.
Who's
y'all
Yeah.
how they gonna get
just
the
help set
knowledge
him
in the
up for a
prison?
bigger comeback at the end of the day.
Right.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah.
How they gonna get the knowledge that's in the prison?
Yes.
They need the knowledge the
Yes.
most.
Exactly.
How they gonna get
Yes.
it?
Exactly.
Those are the ones that are condemned, the hopeless. They don't have no hope. And then Chief comes with all of that light, and he
Mhm.
casts out all
Yes.
of that darkness
Yes.
that they have. Now they are able to see.
No, they're
Caesar with the green
some at night.
Oh, waking up, waking them up, waking them up.
Yes.
Wake them up.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the real world. That's the real niggas in there. That's the real world. See, everybody out here in the cars going to the job, that's the fabricated,
Mhm.
false white supremacy
Yeah.
fantasy
Absolutely.
that they trying to get y'all, keep y'all
That's a
Yeah.
in.
lie.
That's that 3D world.
darkness
Yes.
that they have. Now they are able to see.
No, they're
Caesar with the green
some at night.
Oh, waking up, waking them up, waking them up, waking them
Mm-hmm.
up.
Yes.
Wake them up.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the real world. That's the real niggas in there. That's the real world. See, everybody, because that's the real world. That's the real niggas in there. That's the real world. See, everybody out here in the cars going to the job, that's the
Okay, so let me get this right. The real world is prison, where you're told what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. And you're not in control of the foods you consume. And that I don't never want to go to that world. I like it out here in the free world. I'm all right. I don't know about y'all, but I'm good.
That's that 3D world.
Exactly. And that's
Yes.
another thing that really angered me is the fact that any prisoner that goes into the system, you are able to go onto a website, you're able to find out which facility they're in, there's the prison number, you're able to write them, correspond with them, and visit them. Chief is nowhere to be found.
right.
Mm.
You know, so now we're going to hide him, and we're going to try to hide him away from society. But what they felt
We
away
waking up.
wherever he is, he's with society. So because
This system is falling.
he's caged, his knowledge is still with him.
Yeah, this reality is crumbling.
It's crumbling.
You already could see it. Terrence Howard, he just made a message like he said, I'm coming to bring a truth. Just like the message comes from Chief. It's the same thing. He said, I've come to bring
Yeah.
this message, and it is going to probably cost me my life.
Yes,
They know that once these people start waking up and spreading this truth,
The
that they have a
system is going to
problem.
crumble.
They are breaking down the fabric of reality.
Mm-hmm.
The mathematics themselves don't make no sense.
They don't make no
The
sense.
things that they are doing are going against nature.
They are deceiving. They're being deceptive. They are a lie. That's what happened during trial in court. It was a straight lie. It was just
all of
lies.
it. Yeah.
and just like that,
It has to.
days that they send in that one person that sacrificial lamb to go in and infiltrate, and that's what happened there.
Yep.
We had that person who was willing to sacrifice this man for the white man, and that's exactly what happened. Nobody,
Hello.
But the tables
nobody
are
can
going to
tell
turn.
me. Nobody can tell that she left out of the house to get into an Uber, Lyft, cab, or whatever, and she was so frightened of this man that she then turned back around and went back into the house and made love with him. That don't sound
Through all of us telling her to take your ass back downstairs and say, "Oh, bitch, you just
She was trying to go past us and say, "I'm going upstairs." Say bye bye, but you said, "No, bitch,
right.
go."
No. If
Go.
you scared, one, You're not gonna leave your Uber outside with your bag.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Outside.
Yeah.
You was already
We
out
looking at
there.
we looking at the door like, is that bitch bag outside? Like just outside?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
like,
And
come
she was
on, cross the
leaving. She was
prism
hoping
and
he would
how?
follow behind her.
How?
That's what happened.
Exactly. That's why she said Baba G would never treat me like this because we was telling her to go.
Mm-hmm.
Baba G would have talked to her, you know, you in a
Shot it.
relationship, you trying to leave. That's a romance. This is a
Yeah.
romantic story. We sat there and watched it. She said, I love you and I love you too. And she was crying and come on now.
Mm-mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Horrible. It's horrible.
Pluto is going into Aquarius. All of these structures and political hierarchies are going to
Yeah.
crumble.
And the truth is going to be come out to the light.
Yeah.
That's what Pluto and Aquarius brings. It brings the truth.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes. And this is the ending of this whole phase.
And the coming
Yeah.
of
Come
Christ.
and
Yeah.
cry.
The truth.
Absolutely.
The truth.
The truth.
And so we stand firm and we every day just keeping going. And we just wanted to wake it up more again so people can get back talking about this case. Watch the malicious prosecution video.
I
That
ain't even finna hold y'all, but Afro, aka Kayla Buckner, you mean to tell me that Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, aka Chief Papa John Hot Pocket, aka Chief Administrative Segregation, aka Chief Life in Prison plus 10 years without the possibility of parole, has been incarcerated now for 2 years and a few months. And in this time frame, nobody on Team Too Much thought it might be a good idea to go to college and at least become a paralegal so that you guys can have a better hold on, like the judicial system. Like, as far as just understanding it, none of y'all have given that thought. It only takes 2 years to become a paralegal in Georgia. That's it. And y'all sitting around on Beyonce's internet just complaining and telling people to watch some clipped up video that you created. Like, girl, bye. I'm telling y'all, I'm starting to feel like these ladies are absolutely positively fine with where Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, is. They just putting on for the camera because their life is so much more peaceful. They don't have to deal with him as much. The abuse has stopped since he's been incarcerated. They could sleep. They can eat. Literally, life has gotten better for them since he's gone to jail. That's why they not doing nothing outside of coming on the internet. Like, y'all better go ahead and get into school, do something productive with yourselves.
back talking about this case. Watch the malicious prosecution video. That video is so crucial because it just breaks everything down.
Yeah.
Share it on your page. Send it messages to somebody. Just talk about it. Look, it's bigger. Like, this is how they do the black man. Like, we have to look at this. Like, this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I listened to them and and I said to myself, these couldn't have possibly have made it into evidence. You know. I just it's horrible the way it was. It was a lynching. It was a malicious prosecution. And hopefully we can all get together as a people. If Chief doesn't have an attorney, a paid attorney,
Yeah.
we're all
Yeah.
going to put
Yeah.
through some funds to have this
Yeah.
over.
And it's crazy. It's like people are thinking that it's money. It's not. It's not all about money. It's not all about that. It's the resources, the people that if you are able.
Now, Aya, aka Portia Wade, you know it's all about the money at the end of the day because y'all are running low on funds. That's why y'all came back out on Beyonce's internet because all of your efforts are not going as you guys thought they would. People are not going to support you guys for the rest of your life. You guys are going to have to figure out a way to make some money. Like I said, they could get a bag on Bigo, on IG, on any social media platform that they choose, TikTok, YouTube, they can make money, but they refuse to do it. However, they are just fine with accepting your hard earned Babylon dollars. The people who give them money, I don't know what's wrong with y'all.
All about that, it's the resources, the people that if you are able to do something, then bring your skill, bring your talent, because I mean, that's why they do this to black people, because they know black people don't have the resources. But
Or
when you
the
look
support
at them,
and self-love for each other.
yes,
To
they
help
know
each other.
that we
Yeah.
fall apart and we break apart and we stop supporting each other. But it's about just everybody bringing what they know and what they have together.
Correct. Yes. Whether you can make a website, you know how to make videos, whatever you can to help finances, a lawyer, we can really come together. Like, we really can. And if you put in your email, you will have contact with us, get updates, and we can just start building on how we can really come together and like
Okay.
put our minds together and just work
I'll
together.
join that
Yeah.
when we get off, and I'm an attorney, and I'm going to reach out to her tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm
Thank you for coming on the
free to
panel.
practice in the state of Georgia, but I will talk to her at length.
Okay. We'll be in contact with you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Be blessed.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
I love myself.
I love
I
myself.
love myself.
Love yourself.
Yes.
Does anybody recognize this woman? Take a good look at her. She's the one that has been in box 4 at the bottom right of this live stream the entire time. Does anybody recognize her? She just accidentally opened her camera. I think she was probably trying to leave the live stream and hit the camera button by accident.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all know how to go down?
Oh, let me see. Are you about to
Where
do
is it?
live? Let me see.
I don't know how to.
You want to say some anything?
Well, just that you inbox us and we'll reach out to people, just to make those connections and build that strong foundation that we need to move forward with this fight. Support, as whatever you can do. If you have a great skill or anything, just let us know and we'll just connect and build like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, then just let us know.
All
And
right.
we can go from there.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
All
Peace,
right.
y'all.
All right.
Good night.
Myself.
I love myself.
Myself.
I love
Love
myself.
myself.
Searching, yeah, yeah.